Yo! Video games.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, Kenny's phone.
Hey.
Kenny's
Bye,
spilling
Kenny's
stuff
phone.
already.
Yeah.
That's
These
good.
pockets.
E3 is over.
E3 is
What a
over.
Great E3 was
What
it?
a great
Was it good
E3.
for you, Max?
People are calling it E3VO
Yeah. Ooh.
because there's so many announcements at EVO for games.
Not only
now.
announcements, playable games.
It's true.
That was nice. That was actually very nice.
Pretty
to
much
walk
feels
in.
like a mini
Yeah, you
E3 now.
walk
you know?
in,
Yeah.
you saw like MK1, and there was Project
Tekken.
L and Tekken 8. Like boom, boom, boom. I was like, oh, this is so nice.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was.
There was some Unreal thing.
Yeah, there's a new Internet game.
Yeah, Unio and even Street Fighter had a fun booth. Dude, it's I had like 4,000 Street Fighter bucks, and they were giving away cool things, dude. It was like Chuck E. Cheese, and like they had some
Was that
amazing
for the
prizes.
Cammy Cash or
Yeah,
whatever?
the Cammy Cash. I had 4,000.
Cammy Cash?
Yeah, they gave you Cammy Cash at the Capcom booth.
Yeah. Dude, they had like comics, posters, like a record. I was saving up for a record, and then somebody got it right before I did.
Oh, I see. So you have to do like a bunch of things
Yep.
that build towards it.
Yep. And I was playing the
Sony
mini
did-
basketball. I was just.
Sony did the exact same thing. Sony's booth was
Oh,
like
Sony.
vacant, except for whatever tiny line was there for people to start. They had like this thing where it was like you get this little thing QR code,
Right.
and then it has you do dumb shit, and then you could win like headsets or controllers or
Oh, I see.
good stuff, really good stuff.
So
But it
like
was,
Sony showed up and was giving away some decent shit.
yeah, but you
Yeah.
had to like jump through their hoops, and then you could maybe get it.
Oh, okay.
Kind of
It was
thing.
like it was like still like a raffly
Yeah,
gotcha eat.
yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. Well, it's
And
good
they-
that like there's interactivity at the event.
Oh, there was a lot of entertainment.
And they really wanted you to know that Gran Turismo was coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was at home. We were getting a lot of that too.
Yeah.
Even Orlando Bloom's like, hey, all you guys at EVO, playing the best fighting game.
Hey, all you guys at EVO,
Yeah.
hanging out down in Las Vegas. Hi, sweetheart. Thank you.
Wait, did we have a pre-recorded
I don't know.
message?
he had a message
Wait,
for like
we
the
have
EVO
a
audience.
baby?
When was that?
Baby go.
Was that at the
Where did baby
beginning?
go?
Some point. I remember Markman tweeted it out.
I didn't see it, but it was
Sort
just.
of. I just kinda
I've
walked
never
away.
seen a movie so actively shit on
I
its
do.
target audience. In its trailers as Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo. Stupid, ugly gamers. You're so ugly. It sucks you can't do anything because your legs are ugly.
Fucking stupid gamer nerd, piece of
Gamer.
shit human fucking being.
Damn.
Like,
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
The so lots of stuff was playable. Kenny got to play Mortal Kombat with block dashing.
Yes.
I thought I heard her. Mortal Kombat with block dashing.
You did.
Yes.
With Lima and Johnny, which were pretty fun, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Like I said, before, like, the recovery off the dash is actually faster, too. Because the first clip I sent you was
Oh,
just
from like a dash to dash.
dash to dash. It was a lot faster. And then block dashing is, yeah, you're zooming around.
Yeah.
No, yeah, like Lee May, I think is like the funnest. She's her like
She looks relatively fun.
her flashy and like
who
like,
was who?
They turned her into
I didn't
Julie.
pay
Yes.
any attention. Who was new in the demo?
just
Lima and Johnny.
Lee May and Johnny.
Okay, that was it.
That's it. And that's
Okay.
pretty much what you saw in that demo.
'Cause I
what's
asked-
playable next week.
Okay, because I asked, and then it was like, is Rain in there? Like, no, Rain's not on this bill. I was like,
I was talking to Kenny about that. I'm like, dude, there's a lot of characters that have been announced,
We
are in the
haven't
roster,
seen.
and we haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
Like Melina and Rain and a lot of characters are.
wait,
I
was
have to go back and look.
Melina's main cast, right?
Yeah. She
And
is.
here's the thing, game's not that far away.
Game is out in a month, bro.
In a month, dude.
I'm like looking at that combat cast, and I'm like, buddy, they're gonna need to do 2 combat casts a week.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, holy
Game's
hell!
done.
Game has been done
Game is
for
done,
quite
yeah.
some time. So yeah, there was a very small turnaround time from announcement to reveal.
Yeah.
Even faster than Mortal Kombat 11,
Now here's
which was
one
really
thing.
fast.
Here's one thing I would have hoped, right? Since the announcement to like whatever, I was hoping it'd be more combat cast and a more influx of just hey, here's our characters, what they could do, right? Like
Yeah.
weekly cool stuff, spotlights and stuff, and it's just like.
And I mean,
I know they're incredibly busy, probably right now.
I'm sure
but-
you even pulled it from a little bit of the previous combat cast. How they're like, they're not really going into everything.
Yeah.
Like they were just on the couple of things they showed. I was kind of disappointed with what they were showing with Smoke.
Yeah.
And then you saw actual gameplay, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, they didn't cover that.
Yeah.
We didn't cover that. I'm like, so they're holding back. Like,
Yeah.
there's clearly more things here than they're initially describing until they get to Geras, and Geras is fucking wild.
Yep.
Like, he's just insane. It's like, whoa, okay, so they took all that Geras is boring shit to heart from MK1. He's really crazy, dude.
Yeah, I saw the Geras trailer.
Now here's the thing. You know what's funny? You know where they literally announced the mechanic? It was me and Uncaged Games. We were just kind of like together while filming to get like more time and to see more.
The
of
down
game.
2 mechanic, right?
Yeah, the down 2 mechanic. Literally, Stephanie's like, "Oh, hey, look, what's this?" And she just shows it. Like they didn't talk about it anywhere. She just shows it, and that was something that was new from the previous thing that they just literally added. So they're adding more things.
They're literally adding mechanics. Like every other week that the game is being shown off. It was like, whoa, how old are these builds?
Speaking of, did you see that Guilty Gear announcement where they're adding offensive and defensive mechanics?
It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't. So here's the thing.
I was like, more mechanics. It's like it more just seems like tweaks.
They added like a straight like parry.
Yeah.
Like a meter cost parry. It's no joke what is in Project L and what you guys played with that meter thing. It's very similar, except it doesn't refund it. There's a few things that they're adding to the game that are pretty interesting, but is it like a big overhaul? Is it IKs?
No, it feels like
not.
It honestly it felt like how do we fix Happy Chaos without nerfing him into the ground?
Maybe.
So how about this thing? Let's try this.
From the 10L guys.
Is this what I think it is?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, because I saw several 10-0 shirts this year, and I was like, dang, that's a Dude on Fire from Street Fighter 2 is a pretty good shirt.
Yeah.
I kind of like that one. This is what I think it is. Dang, bruh, dang, bruh.
Keep the faith. Oh, that's right. I have stuff for him in the car.
Perfect.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. So chat. By the way, Simmons, did you look closely at this trailer? Did you look closely at the new City of the Wolves trailer?
Closely, no.
Oh.
I watched it, but it didn't so much.
The 4K version does it justice.
Yeah.
In my opinion, KOF 15, not a terrible looking game.
No.
I call it anime Fortnite.
Yeah.
It's acceptable.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
It's there.
But it doesn't elicit deep emotions, and it looks kind of messy because it's so saturated. You frame by frame and you side by side shots from City of the Wolves to 15, and it straight makes 15 look bad.
Does it? Does it really? Because it just means it's 15 with some more
and that's
with some more shading.
That's the initial reaction, and then go
Granted,
back.
I didn't really watch it. I saw it once.
If you look at the 4K trailer, they're straight doing Marvel 3 lighting, and then going really ham on not manga style shading.
I only saw close-ups of Terry and Rock.
Yes, well that's it. Okay. That is literally it. It looks significantly better. And the more I look at it, the more this game looks good. There's so many more secondary animations. Their hair is all animating, all that kind of stuff. So it's okay, they understood the challenge that you make a follow up to Gauro, it has to visually step up, and it's not the step up that Gauro was from the 90s, because you're just not going to be able to emulate that.
What if you did pixels? Would that be a detriment? Here's the real hard
The game would
question.
sell less.
Here's the real question. Would it be a detriment to the game sales if they just went Ultra Street Fighter 2 era size pixels, or something? The most beautiful pixel art you've ever seen. Big,
Well, that was KOF
detailed.
13?
Yeah, KOF 13. If they went as hard on the pixels as King of Fighters
Jesus
13
Christ, that game is...
Or City of Wolves, would that be a detriment to the game? The answer is probably yes.
I mean, look at the last time they did that, and they spent a lot of money doing it.
Yeah.
It almost sank the whole company.
Yeah.
KOF 12 and 13 almost
thing,
sank it, dude. And they had to 14 was their revitalization. 13 was so costly, and they didn't get any of that shit back.
Those games were gorgeous, man.
I mean, I would love that. I would absolutely love that. I think that would be incredible. But the reality of the situation is the game would sell less. It really would, because to the eyes of anybody that's the age of 20, most of them look at that stuff and just think it's old looking. Why are you playing this old looking game?
I think a lot of people are kind of misunderstanding what I'm saying here too. I'm not saying it looks like 13's art style.
No.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
you mean a game with modern, but that's literally.
And I'm not saying SNK has devs for that. I'm not saying why don't they do what they did in the past? I get it. It's kind of a different company.
So
I fucking get that. I'm just saying going in, doing the most insane level of pixel art you've ever seen, Like we're just going to make the most beautiful pixel art game. We want to take that record from Third Strike.
So let's
kind of thing.
Let's
right?
break that down. Pixel art. What does that really exist anymore in anything over 1080p?
Yeah, in Indie land it does.
Does it really that high scale? I don't think so. Like you're talking,
Kind of.
You're talking above BlazBlue. BlazBlue
Right.
BlazBlue 720p.
No, I know.
So do most indie games even go above like 720p? Most of them stay in like a scaled up, like, you know, Octopath level of like 480 scaled up sort of thing.
No, I mean they do, but like they're not drawing it to the scale of like making it look smooth. Like they'll draw a thing that's like within the parameters of a PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
And then
that's
just
360p.
Right. And then just make sure the resolution's nice.
Yes. Yeah, right. Pocket Bravery, a perfect example of a 360p scaled up fighting game, right? Like that's like the perfect example. It's like Pocket Fighters. 360p, even 240, depending on like the size of those. So if we're saying like, yeah, we're gonna upscale like KOF 13 style graphics and actually scale those up twice as much.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it exists.
I don't know if anyone's ever tried it. I actually don't know.
There is. It's Skullgirls.
Right.
Oh.
Is that technically pixel art, though? Do you consider that pixel art?
Well, no, because Skullgirls is like...
Exactly.
is hand-drawn art.
Exactly.
Kind of like...
So what is the need of doing pixel art anymore when you're going to scale something up that is that resolution? Then you start to run into like, oh, so we're gonna lose the visuals. We're gonna get like Streets of Rage 4 looking.
Right, make it look like Streets of Rage 4.
But that's not pixel art.
No, it's not. That's taking a drawing.
Yeah.
It's like a lot like what Donkey Kong Country
and
KI did.
Granted,
not with CG, but with like a hand drawing thing.
Granted, that's what pixel art was back in the day. It's just that the rendering aspect of the game was displayed in pixels.
Right.
So it was just drawings. Like they're just the Skullgirls, like Streets of Rage style drawings.
Shredder's Revenge is a really good example. I don't think it's anything more than like 16 or 32.
It's CPS2.
Right.
It's a 360
but it's
game.
very well animated.
It's well done.
Yeah.
But it's not an actual of resolution sort of experience.
Right.
You know,
but
it's not even close to KO 13.
Would you want a game that takes like the most insane, like hand drawn anime, you know, style art for each frame, you know, of the characters using that technique like a la Skullgirls, Streets of Rage?
Yeah, like would that work?
But with more frames of animation.
And we saw what that
from Mark of the Wolves.
We saw what that would look like when literally the Streets of Rage guy did like a mock-up of like Streets of Rage style characters in Gauro. Remember that? I'm like, I'd be down for that shit. I think I would be down for that, and I still don't think that would sell.
I remember that.
Unfortunately, I don't. I think like KOF fans naturally would prefer it to be either like 3D or classic 2D.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: like Streets of Rage 4 and Sonic Mania sold well, but they are IP legacy, and here's where I get mad.
I'm getting mad.
In at least in the largest market game share, SNK's not that popular, comparatively speaking.
Comparatively, yeah.
Damn.
It's about as popular as Streets of Rage, but like SNK is shooting a little higher than Streets of Rage 4 per se.
It's a legacy series.
They want to sell this game for more than $20. Yes. Right? Like they want it to be like a little bit higher budget, like make more money. So
like what we ideally want is something on the craftsmanship of a fucking Arc System Works game. Right, with KOF characters, but the problem is only Arc System Works does that well.
Yeah,
they're the only ones that execute that shit in a way that looks that good.
They had a whole booth for Grand Blue, and part of me kind of wishes, like, I wish Arc System was doing.
Of course,
I wish Arc System was contracted or aiding or someone to do King of Fighters or City of Wolves rather than Grand Blue or whatever else.
The ultimate fucking argument, dude. Like that's like the biggest argument where it's like, oh man, I just wish Arc System Works was doing this game, but it was like directed and made by another company, you know, something like that. And then the aiding steps in and does a really good job.
You know what's funny? Cygames has money. Very true. You know who has more money than Cygames? SNK.
Technically, SNK.
SNK has way more money than Cygames. And that's so weird to say now.
Yeah.
SNK has more money than pretty much any of these.
Oh, they're. I don't understand why they're not.
Cammy Cash.
Cammy Cash instead of Bison Bucks.
Yeah.
It's literally Cammy Cash.
I had so much, man. Oh, jeez. I could have got some cool stuff. I was saving up to get cool stuff, and then I was just so busy that I didn't get to go back to the booth and
cash it in.
To cash it in. Like as soon as somebody bought that record, it was like a Street Fighter record. I got sad.
I became sad.
Oh yeah, there you go, Max. I got you this.
What
It
this?
is the Guilty Gear story on VHS.
I like it.
No, it's not. It's a card game.
This would be Woolie's video on
Right.
VHS.
No, it's a card game, but I got it because it looks like a badass. It looks like a VHS.
I thought it was a VHS.
I thought it was VHS. I'm like,
or
yo.
a Betamax even with
I'm like,
the thin.
yeah.
Guilty Gear, the board game.
Yeah, the board game.
Let's rock.
But I got it because it looks like a VHS tape. I'm like, yo, Guilty Gear on VHS.
Kind of sick.
Right? It's kind of sick. I know you probably wouldn't play the game, but I know you would.
But I would
at least,
definitely look good on the wall.
yeah, at least you would. I know you would like the
It
packaging.
would stick up here. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
So I got you that. I'm like, I know Max would dig the packaging.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
You stayed
Right. I don't think he'll play like Guilty Gear and be like.
I don't know if I'm going to be playing the board game and getting all down with
the
that.
board game and be
but-
like,
What's a VHS though? Shut up.
yeah.
You
See, I thought it was a VHS too. A lot of people did. I'm like, yo, is that a VHS? It was like, did they put the story on VHS? That'd be sick. And it was like, oh, it's a game. Like, oh, cool. But the packaging is sick because it looks like a VHS.
So, yeah, what else? You guys got to play a whole bunch of Project L.
Yes.
I don't even know if I
Dude.
really got to play that much of it.
Dude, he went to the
like you were
he
playing
went,
it for hours.
he went to the party. We went to the Red Bull party.
I was fashionably late.
Yeah, fashionably late. But still, you went there and you went on Steve's stream, and then we were playing a bunch on Steve's stream.
I didn't play that much.
Yeah.
Did you love it?
I liked it.
You
know
actually
what,
liked
okay,
it?
you know what? Here's the weird thing to me. I'm like, this game is Marvel Infinite, Power Rangers, and Tatsunoko.
Yeah.
Kind of all had a baby.
It's really mostly Blaze Blue Cross Tag.
Yeah, well, I have no familiarity with that game.
But like,
So-
if you want to say like I got some MVCI vibes out of it for sure.
Like a little bit, some things.
The
are along like
two
this.
games in the end are 100% Battle for the Grid, and then probably Blaze Blue Cross Tag.
A lot of Tatsunoko because like the diagonal downs too.
yeah,
Like,
that stuff for
That's
sure.
what I'm saying, because like some of the directional stuff really reminded me of Tatsunoko,
Yeah.
and Tatsunoko is also a 2v2.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
like there was bits of it that I was like, this feels like a hodgepodge of everything Clock loves.
True.
Yeah.
But you know what? It was nice. I guess I can say the best thing is that it made sense.
Yeah.
Like the routes made sense. You know, with the whole light, medium, heavy, special.
Yeah.
There was
button configuration for me took a while to make sense.
Oh.
Where
See,
attacks were on the
Well,
button.
You
okay,
were playing on stick.
that's also true with the L1 R1
And specials being
Yeah.
and then
Oh, yeah.
R2 L2 for
Yeah.
parry.
Yeah.
Like that was a little
Johnny,
weird.
thank you.
That was
you.
odd to me. Like just the way that was.
But here's the thing: on stick, it is very weird.
It's weird
on stick
dude.
because it's like boom boom, and it's like special 1, special 2 here. So on stick, it takes a long time to get used to. Because they're light, medium, heavy. Then you have the tag, and then you have your assist 1 and assist 2. I think to me, like people are like, oh, like whatever. I think it feels really comfortable on the pad, especially having your.
It might.
You have your.
You have
your,
to kind of get used to it, but L1 is such a weird thing to wrap your brain around.
It is.
Yeah.
And the other weird thing to wrap your brain around is that down heavy, anti-air. Down forward heavy, launcher.
Yes.
Yes, and
Hold down forward heavy, sweep. What? Like, that's
Oh.
weird.
and what made it worse was the PlayStation 5 controller.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. That mushy ass D-pad. Whoa. It made doing the the difference between down and diagonal with heavy, that got a little wait, which one did I get?
However, the big demo ability of the game, which is what was shown off the most and what I think hit the best, was Duos mode.
Duos.
And Duos was fun as shit, right?
Oh,
I like the fact that they just sort of embraced the fact, like, let's just make it 2v2, like 4-player.
Yeah.
Make it 4-player, 2v2. I like how you were in control of the assists as
Yeah, sometimes it can be a little frustrating. Like, you want them to tag you in, and they just
right.
Yeah. You know what?
Don't
So
bring
and
you
here's
out.
the thing.
But that's
like,
all about synergy.
No, yeah. When I was playing with you, I was fucking up. But then when I did with Steve on the tournament, we were like in sync because it was a tournament. So we were like, Steve never had to be like, break. This is like me and Steve were really in sync, but we were just kind of shooting the shit, and me and you, and just kind of like playing some other people. I was fucking up. And like Steve did it a little bit when he was playing with Justin too. He's like, I let Justin down. But me and him playing in the tournament, we're like, oh, he's a block string, assist. He's getting hit, combo,
Yeah.
So I think it was completely different.
It takes some growing into.
Yes.
To get used to it. But I was legit having the most fun as a solo versus
Me
Steve
and-
and Kenny
yeah.
duos.
Yeah.
And that was
And
genuinely
I like
fun.
how it just
Yeah.
basically like, oh, so what happens when it's, because people ask me, what happens when it's one player, someone doesn't have a teammate? I'm like, then it literally just plays like Marvel.
Yeah.
It plays the same.
It just
So
it plays like you
But,
expect.
but
it.
now that Simmons is good, now we're gonna have.
I'm not good.
He was.
The biggest gimmick is that when you're in duos, you have a little bit more control of the team technically.
Yes.
Because the time at which you can tag the characters in and out, you can give you relinquish control in single player.
Yeah.
When you're in duos, you have a little bit more control because you're literally you're in singles you only do one or the other, right? It's one or
Yes.
the other. But in duos, there's always the other. So there's
Yeah.
like little moments in between tagging and assisting that you're giving them a little bit more control. So it's not like a huge advantage,
Yeah.
at least at the start, but there is something. There is a small advantage to playing duos.
Well, then you could do the thing where you hold the button, right? So you
Exactly.
could see the person doing the assist, and then not
You
where
don't
you
have
can
to- you don't
hold
have to
it.
finger
You don't have to-
gymnastics.
you have to finger gymnastics. So there were a
Yeah.
couple of times where he's pushing him down. I'm like, I'm gonna hold, and then boom, let go, and then tag again.
That's why, like, I feel for duos mode, like the what was it called? The multi handshake tag is
Yes.
super good.
Oh,
There's the 2-time assist, which was
The two.
that was
Double
fun.
assist is
I
also
like that.
crazy good.
Double
assist.
assist is actually really.
That was one of
fun.
my favorite things about the game was the groove system. I
Yeah.
really like that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's already like a lot of complexity on top of an already pretty complex game, but I like it. I do enjoy
It's
it.
funny how they're kind of just going whole hog into some like deep fighting game
Yeah.
mechanics
Yeah.
for a game that's definitely going to be selling to a lot of League players who don't know anything
Yeah,
about
we'll
fighting
have to talk
games.
about that too.
So there's a little bit of like throwing the kid into the deep end to learn how to swim
Yes.
with the
Oh
game.
yeah, I agree.
So here we go. Shout outs to S tier. They gave one to me and then one to Simmons, and this is
Yeah.
mega fire. The S
Oh,
tier
what
guys.
is that? What is the material on that feel?
Dude, it's, you know what's funny? It feels like it's like a sweater, but when you put it on, it's like actually really light.
Be like,
The inside,
right.
Yeah, feel the inside though feels like a nice,
Huh.
yeah.
Well, handmade stuff, you know.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
why S tier stuff is expensive because you're getting quality.
yeah,
You're
they're like
getting,
the person who made them was literally there. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
they're like she made this. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa. With her
I
hands.
want to
With her
get the
hands.
king, and I want to get the Eddie sweater.
I've had this stuff for a little
yeah.
while and not a chance to open, and I figured a post Evo situation would be good. So just go ahead and keep talking.
Yeah. So here's the thing too. Like we talked about that to the team too, because like shout outs to S Fan. He was there, and we got to meet up with him. And S Fan was like, you know, he's not a fighting game guy, but you know, now that Project L was coming out, he was really interested in fighting games.
Yeah.
So we got what would it be like for a person like, you know, a League player to get in there, and it was still a little difficult.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, it was still
Oh, yeah.
difficult.
I mean, the biggest thing for League players is
Yeah.
that there's League characters in it,
Yeah.
and the characters
Yeah.
are doing relatively like League-ish stuff.
Oh, yeah.
From what I understand, like
Yeah.
Wind Wall with.
Oh, you and I are
Yasuo's
way out of our league on this one.
Yeah, a League of Legends.
out of our league. That's awesome.
And you know, it's funny. And then we had a guest star. We had Pokimane show up,
The savior of Evo.
the savior of Evo. She showed up.
He showed up and Steve. Steve was like, wait, what's her name? I'm like, I have no idea who this is. I'm just gonna say it openly.
What the heck?
Pokimane is like the Beyonce of video games.
Right,
Yeah.
like I
Steve
heard the
didn't
name.
know?
I heard the name. Well, Steve Steve
for
knew, but he was blanking on the name.
Yeah.
He was just like it was on the tip of his tongue or whatever. And then I'm like, he's like, wait. I'm like,
I'm
who?
like,
I'm like,
that's
I don't have any idea. And I'm like,
Yeah.
because I've never watched this person stream. To no offense, I just don't have time to watch other people's streams.
No.
I just don't. I was just like, I heard the name, and I'm like, oh, I know who that is. Yes, I've heard that
Yeah.
name. I have no idea who this was.
No, but it was super cool. Like
I just had a
Boomer was
boomer
at Evo, you know.
Boomer Evo moment, just
boomer
like,
moment.
like, hey, so and so's here. I'm like, I don't know who this is at all.
But it was awesome because we got to take over. We got to take over the booth. What is that like?
What is that?
Socks?
No,
Socks?
no.
A shredder outfit?
I think this is I think that this is a in concept version. Go ahead, keep talking.
Yeah, but we got to take over the booth. Like I was talking to Molly over there at Riot, and she's like, "Hey, we have some time tomorrow. Do you guys want to come by?"
Yeah, because you guys got to play a whole bunch.
Yeah.
At the boot.
And then we just kind of turned it into an event. It's like, yeah, we want to is it cool? We just
I ain't no boomer. I am probably twice your age, sir.
we're like, hey, can we just have the booth and just challenge the community, just like pull people? Like, yeah, 100%, go for it. So it's a rock.
It's one part of a
Yeah.
A multi-piece.
Well, Steve's here.
Steven!
Hey-o!
Steven here!
And we got pizza.
Steven got pizza?
Me?
Ooh,
You
not
got
for
pizza,
us?
Steve?
Got mini pizza.
Pizza time.
Steve, you got pizza?
Got extra pizza.
There's a chair over here if you want to take this one. We're all in weird spots.
But right now we're in the Project L story.
Oh, okay.
Project
Yeah.
L part of the EVO.
Okay,
And then we
okay.
talked about we were just talking about how S-Band, is newer to fighting games, and how you were telling the main developers this is gonna be tough for newbies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You talking about that Effen? Or
S-Band.
S-Band?
Yeah.
All right, Essen?
S-Band.
No. The Leffen.
Leffen.
Yeah.
At Leffen 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
S-Fan,
we beat him.
S-Fan was the guy that was hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, that's S-Band, but Leffen.
Leffen.
Yeah. Don't forget about
Let's
Leffen.
talk about Leffen.
Well,
Yeah.
We never spoke.
we
to
beat
him.
him in the tournament.
Yes, we beat him. That means we're tournament champions.
Oh, good,
Yeah.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
He also just won Guilty Gear.
Yes. And we beat him.
He's the best
He's the best.
motherfucking...
He's the best Happy Chaos.
Yes.
Happy chaos.
Happy Chaos. Fuck everyone up.
What is
Holy
that?
horse.
It's a piece.
Oh.
Keep talking.
Yeah.
But
All right, so
anyway, Project L was a lot of fun. You know what I will say about the game? It looks
Pretty good.
probably better in person than
Yes.
it does
yes.
on.
I'm trying to tell people that.
Yeah.
It does look quite good.
Like
But-
when you see it in person, it looks really good. Like
Yeah.
almost Guilty Gear level good.
Yeah. All right, I know there was a lot of you guys there, right? Because when I came back, people were like, "Oh, great meeting you" and stuff like that. And I did interviews and stuff for Twitch, and a lot of people were going back in line. So how many of you guys tried it, and your thoughts?
A wagon wheel.
Right? Because I know a lot of people went back in line and stuff.
Yeah, I was trying to get people's impressions. It seemed generally pretty good.
Yeah.
It seems that there's
That's what
only-
I mean. The first impression of Project L is really
It's
good.
good, yeah.
Yeah.
There's only for only 4 characters, that's good. I mean, I didn't recognize any of them except the one that employs fan artists.
Ari?
Yeah.
Sorry. At the time of my life in the
Like
Project L booth.
I've seen that at conventions forever.
Yeah.
Should see
Then
it.
I didn't recognize any of the other characters. Yatsuo or Darius or Darvis or where Darmy.
Darius.
Darius.
Echo.
Thank you.
Echo.
Yasu.
Steven, sit over here.
And Yari. Arshi.
Ari.
Ari.
A-H-R-I.
Who's Vari? Vari.
And
Vari.
Like Lowry.
Exactly. You guys know exactly.
Fucking you know what I'm talking about.
By the way, congratulations, guys. You are the best dodge artists in human history, apparently.
Oh
You
my
guys have
God.
your guys' parrying ability and dodging
Yeah.
ability. You all are in S groove or some shit because
Yeah.
you came back not sick.
Not sick.
I can't believe it.
Not even sick. Just
Fist-
lost
fist-
our voices.
Fist bumps for the win, man.
Yeah, fist bumps.
I felt kind of bad because some of the people, they really wanted to shake my hand, and I was just like,
Yeah, Steve was strong with it. I lost a couple of
You make
times.
this sound. You make this sound. Whoop, 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 and
Yeah.
Steve was like,
and they had sanitized stations literally
Yeah.
all over EVO. So people that were,
But
just
these are
around and stuff
gamers,
like
they
that.
don't sanitize.
Yeah, well, I made sure that I utilized the freaking sanitized stations. I was actually irritated that I didn't bring one, which I probably should have. We just had like a,
But don't matter,
squirt
you
bottle.
dodged it.
Yeah, so I was going crazy, and the scariest thing is I want to take pictures with people and get close and be like, hey, what's up, dude, and stuff like that. But sometimes it's a little scary. You know what I mean? Like we're in that era now. We're in that realm where
We're not out of it completely.
we're not out of the woods.
Yeah,
and
it's not that we're in it, it's that we're not out of it.
yeah, we're not out of the woods. So this is kind of the thing where it's like we want to get close, give hugs, give daps, make out and stuff, but we just
Touch
we
tips.
can't do that. Like it's
but
scurry.
But whatchamacallit? Yeah, no, just fist bumps.
What the heck is that?
It almost looked
Just shut up. Keep
it,
going.
it almost looked like we were playing like rock paper scissors.
Where was I during the EVO showcase? I was sitting right next to Steve
Yeah.
in the middle of the arena.
Yeah, we were
We were right there in the thick
checking
of
our
things.
things. Yeah, and the crowd was. I've never seen the size of that crowd
Right?
before in my life. So this is probably the largest attendance in EVO history.
It was in
easy.
terms of especially finals day. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here's the other thing. It wasn't just the largest EVO. It was the largest esports event ever.
Yes, that's what the guy. So the mayor of like Vegas like came through and it's like, yeah, no, he's like, I've done FIFA, I've done all of these other stuff. This is the largest attendance like ever in for stuff. So I was like,
well,
damn.
I think it was the largest
EVO day
registration.
Also, that was also
it was the largest number of registered entrants in an esport.
Yes.
Which I think because I think there's been bigger crowds at other esports events in other parts of the world. But not registered. Not people like competing.
Yeah.
Not registered like
And for me, I think that's by default because it's a different kind of esport.
Genre.
Yeah,
and that's also the beauty thing because like in COD you don't get that. In COD there's no like, oh, here's the EVO of COD. No, you have to be like invited. You have to be part of a team.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, that's because fighting games is a little different. Like
and EVO's like, bro, get your fucking fight stick or fight pad, show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some people are like, "Wow, like no one's ever been in this many people." I was like, "No, there's definitely been bigger like LOL and stuff." And
I guess it just comes down to the game itself.
There's Street Fighter 6 alone had 7,000 people.
Yeah, it's
enter just for Street Fighter 6.
Insanity.
And then like thousands for more for each other game.
Yeah,
or at least like in the like upper hundreds.
Yeah.
So
and I've never seen the stadium completely packed. That was the first time I've
that was the surprising thing that I have to tell people. Dude, this place is never this busy.
Okay, so when we go, what is it? Is it like 65% full?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Usually when we go. I tend to see empty seats on the upper levels and stuff like that.
Here's how YoVideogames would get together at the when we'd go. We'd go to the higher row. We'd go like, hey, we just want to chill. We want a more quiet thing. Yeah. And we'd go to like the second like higher row, and we'd have like a small little section to ourselves.
I remember that one EVO where we were pushed up in the VIP areas and shit like that. That was super sexy.
That was 2019.
That was 2019. Yeah.
That's when like we had like when we did our reactions. Like Harada was there.
Right, Harada was up there and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope.
Where is it?
It's downstairs.